Donald Trump is speaking in Reno, Nevada, and quite the event. Before getting into clips from it, though, something really interesting happened. Someone in my life who's not super liberal, who doesn't keep up with the same news cycles as I do, happened to be at this event and texted me about it. I don't even think he knows how big of a deal this has become, what he took note of, but it's hilarious that he did. So, because I haven't asked for his permission to share his name or why he's there, I won't. I'll just say he's not a fan. He's working in some capacity. But he texted me this: Luke, I wish I was making a time lapse of all the people leaving this rally while Trump's talking. Pretty bizarre, because to get into the venue, they were waiting in line for 4 to 12 hours only to leave as soon as he starts talking. As soon as he starts talking, they run out, they flee. And it's not that big of a deal, except for that he makes such a deal of it. At rallies recently, he's been saying, no one leaves my rallies. No one leaves. Kamala says that people leave. No one leaves. If they did leave, I would end the event. And then recently he went, do you see those people leaving? They're not actually leaving. They're actually just coming around later because they're going to take a picture with me or something. Meanwhile, this individual, as I've witnessed as well, can document, indeed, people immediately by the hundreds start leaving. I guess that hurts Trump so much because he thinks his value comes with the cult-like dedication to him or his entertainment value or whatever, and that seems to run contrary to it. But this wouldn't be something that's so emphasized if Trump didn't make it such a big deal, and then if it weren't the perfect way to demonstrate on Kamala Harris's part how easy to manipulate Trump is, because all you got to do is poke at his ego and he loses it. Now, with that being said, before getting into the most unhinged things that happen, here is Trump responding to a baby crying.
Hundreds of billions of dollars from China. It never happened before. And don't let that baby bother you, because it doesn't bother me. To me, it's that beautiful. Where is that baby?
Was that sarcastic? He mouths, "That's a good baby. That's a good one." It's like when he was at the grocery store that we covered, and there's a baby. He goes, "Is this yours?" Perfecto. Just, I get that Trump supporters find that very likable, and I can't specifically explain why it feels off to me, but I feel like when he tries to engage with children, it's clear that he doesn't get it. It's like when he talks about his kids. How did you instill character in them and determination? And all he can respond is, I said no drugs, no alcohol, no cigarettes, I guess. All right, back to the topic. Let's kill drug dealers was one of the recent moments we covered. Before going further in this rally, that baby crying moment reminded me of Biden's interactions with a baby crying.
To do that when I was in school. That's okay. Look, she's allowed to do anything you want. Kids rule in my house, okay? What's the matter? What's the matter? I don't blame you. I'm bored with me too. Yeah. How are you doing? How old is she? 2 years old. I tell you what, that's a good age. Hold her tight. Well, anyway, look.
By the way, that maybe I'm being biased, but that seems to be a much more human interaction with the baby. But I do have to say, I've wondered this before. Is there a bad age? Is it appropriate to ever say, 3? Because I only ever hear, that's such a good age. That's a good... But I feel like, and maybe this is sort of a dark point, if you're going to say something's a good thing, isn't there something you could juxtapose that against? I guess those teen years, those tween years can be rough. But obviously a very likable moment there. And then Trump finds it hilarious to, as Aaron Rupar put it, pay tribute to Rush Limbaugh, the late right-wing radio personality. by saying Obama's middle name a bunch of times, emphasize for, let's be honest, bigoted reasons.
Originally, she was a big Barack Hussein Obama. Have you ever heard of him?
Oh, by the way, before playing the rest of this clip, please do click the subscribe button if you haven't already. We are doing all we can to race before the election to 1 million subscribers. Quite the milestone. Thank you so much to the 800-something thousand people who have done that already. You are amazing. Join the club, people.
Originally, she was a big Barack Hussein Obama. Have you ever heard of him? Remember Rush Limbaugh? Rush Limbaugh, he'd be talking about it, we'd go, Barack, he'd like falling asleep, Barack Hussein Obama. Barack Hussein Obama. We miss Rush, right?
That is one way to pay tribute to someone. We miss them because you remember when they would do that thing where they thought it was hilarious to emphasize the middle name of Obama for some reason? Then, I know he keeps repeating this, but we can't understate how absolutely insane this is.
That's election interference. They're interfering with the election, am I right? They should lose their license, and 60 Minutes should be taken off the air.
He keeps saying, and he's promised more overtly with the term government, should take 60 Minutes and other outlets he doesn't like off of the air. If you believe yourself to be someone who values the First Amendment, you would oppose that. But many of you don't. Well, many of the people I'm talking to do, but many people out there don't, unfortunately. And the reason he keeps railing against 60 Minutes is because he has a boo-boo still from getting embarrassed by Leslie Stahl in the 2020 interview, which is why he backed out of the 2024 one. But what he's citing is that edits were in the Kamala Harris interview, not realizing that edits were in his interview too. Because the interview is longer than what you're going to broadcast on television, because it's in a very specific time slot, 60 Minutes has to be perfectly filled. You then have edits. Go watch any 60-minute interview. There's obvious edits in there. That's how it goes. This is not coined as a live, unedited broadcast. They edit for the purposes of it being a better presentation for the audience. They did it with Trump. They did it with anyone who's been interviewed. Marjorie Green. And he said that's why they should lose their license. Election interference. He's deranged. He's losing his mind. Then this.
And they have a radical...
Talking about the Colorado governor.
Left governor who's petrified. He doesn't want anything to do with it. He's afraid. He's chicken shit, okay? He's afraid.
I don't understand when Trump does something that he's so visibly proud of and the audience eats it up when it's so insignificant, maybe? I don't know. Because lately, he multiple times in his speech will just go, what you heard there, or that's bullshit. And it's just sort of, okay, I don't know why y'all are making such a big deal of this. You think it's hilarious, but he also finally admitted, hey, I don't do so well with black women.
I have gone through the roof with black men. Black men. I don't do quite as well with black women, I must say. I don't know why, but I'm sure that'll work out too, but...
Probably not. Yeah, you don't know why. I would just encourage you to do the slightest bit of introspection on that one.
And she's actually worse than him, okay? We defeated him, and then now we have to defeat another one. I shouldn't have defeated him. It would have been just as easy.
He really does wish he never had that debate with Biden, and Biden never dropped out. Man, he wishes he could still be running against Biden. A weird thing to keep fantasizing about, Donald, than this.
I don't know. If she, by the way, go buy her book. Her book is great. I was a little nervous when I read it because I said, I wonder if she's going to be hitting me hard. No, she was very nice. Otherwise, I wouldn't recommend it. It's very simple. Now, go buy it. It's great.
I know that's him doing MAGA humor, but what I don't know. I don't think I know a really happy, healthy relationship in my life that is such that I'd be worried about a book coming out from that person because of what they could say about me, or my parents who are very happily married. I know that neither of them would be that worried about the other writing a book. But Trump, even in his joke, there's always a little kernel of truth there, knows that something about their relationship, if it were revealed, would be very embarrassing. I think that's not exactly breaking news, but notable for sure. I'm going to leave it there on that one. Let me know what you thought in the comments. Support the show. Get the members only bonus show by clicking the join button. Or if you can't find your join button, some people say they can't find it, we have put a link in the description so you can become a member there.